Hey beautiful Cancers, welcome back to my channel and thank you guys so much for tuning into this reading. Let's see what important messages you may need to know at this time. Keep in mind that this may or may not resonate for you as the messages here are general. Hopefully there's something here that you're able to take away, okay? Thank you and let's begin. What do we have for my beautiful Cancers? What do they need to know, Spirit, and need to be aware of at this time, please? Cancer, starting this reading with the Five of Cups. This means sadness and overall disappointment. This happened recently here, Cancer. This could be dealing with a Sagittarius, or there's a Sagittarius in your life is giving you advice. Okay, this to me is like a guide, somebody that's guiding you to temper your emotions, temper your feelings, hold back. Because when we're extremely emotional, there's tendency to do things that we later on regret, okay? Because that's also the definition of the Five of Cups, regret. And interestingly, the definition of the temperance is when we go within and examine our choices, our actions. So something is also going to be restored. Something is going to be brought back into a sense of harmony, equilibrium, and balance. If there's ever a conflict with another person, this is to give it space, give it time, let things cool down. But also don't do anything extreme at this time, Cancer. There could be a need to regulate feelings and emotions in order to avoid anything that you may say or do that you can end up wanting to take back in the future. That makes sense. So the Four of Wands energy, this is feeling powerfully centered, being the energy of peace, wanting to have peace within home, within a connection. I feel like somebody wants to make peace with you here, Cancer. All right, let's see. We have the Fool card. It could be a lot younger person because the Fool card gives me childlike energy. And interestingly, I was saying guide, and then we have a student. Like this is a student-teacher dynamic or parent and child dynamic. If it's not a parent and child, it could be the person you're romantically involved with, but it feels like they did something to push you over the edge here. Cancer, it almost, I do want to say it almost pushed you to do something inevitable or irreversible is what I want to say. So I feel like they're also learning how to temper themselves and not push this any further or not push you to your limit. Something about your patience being tested. Also tolerance with temperance. How much you're able to tolerate here. Let's see what this is all about. Okay, it could be that if you're dealing with a younger person, there's behaviors that they're doing that's rather impulsive, that offends you or hurts you, even if it's not what they intend to do. Okay, because I feel like this is coming across as not wanting to really inflict harm. It's like somebody was oblivious here, Cancer. How their actions definitely can hurt you and others around them. Could be because of their age or lack of maturity with the Fool card. It's like I feel like you're trying to give somebody the advice, but they don't listen. Because the Fool card at the end of the day does what it wants, okay? And the Fool card either lands on its feet or actions that they do likely lead to a demise, right? It's a very innocent, naive, kind of like a child energy. A lot of maturity is needed, but you cannot deny how they have a very beautiful and creative soul as well. Like, I don't feel like you can stay mad at this person for so long. The very least you feel disappointed, you're trying to hold back or need to hold back your feelings as well. Because I feel like deep down you know they didn't intend to hurt you. It's something that they regret, okay? Deeply regret with the Five of Cups. So we have the Nine of Wands. Cancer, let's open more cards out. The Five of Pentacles. The Wheel of Fortune. And the Ten of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck is the High Priestess, okay? So I do want to say that somebody feels ashamed or humiliated. I'm wondering if this is your energy here, Cancer, where you felt ashamed or humiliated by this person's actions. All right, or you felt like with Nine of Wands, they were really pushing you to respond or react a certain type of way you feel like. And the Nine of Wands message is vigilance and perseverance. Like you've been really trying to extend your patience here. But you were so close to doing something is what I keep getting. Either to walk out, walk away, there was something you were so close in doing here because you were feeling ashamed or disappointed at that moment. Sometimes our emotions can definitely trigger us to do something at the heat of the moment. This is why temperance is definitely needed. It's something easier said than done, okay, tempering our emotions. So this signifies sometimes we really have to pause and examine what we're about to do and how it's going to play in the bigger scheme of things with the Wheel of Fortune. Like zoom out, look at the bigger picture. Could be that you're realizing, yes, no one is perfect. We're all flawed as human beings. And it could be that you're giving this person the room to make mistakes here with the Fool card and being more tolerant with the Temperance, but at the same time guiding them that they shouldn't do this again. Because I feel like with Wheel of Fortune, something feels like a cyclical pattern, a pattern that needs to change. Like you could be addressing this to this person head on, like, look, this is not a good action or behavior from you. This needs to change. You need to grow from this. We need to grow from this and do better. That's the Wheel of Fortune. Yes, there are things that are beyond our control, but I also want to say it's how you choose to respond to these things that have a great impact on their future. I do want to say here, Cancer, and I know this is not going to resonate for all of you, but I do feel like this is a parent and child dynamic where they're young and they have a lot of growing up that's needed. They can commit mistakes, and it's how they choose to grow and take the lesson here that has an impact on the person that they're going to become. So 10 of Pentacles, long-term effects, long-term impact. The Five of Pentacles message is a feeling of struggle, like you've been struggling. It's hard. It's hard to guide someone, especially at this point where like there's high chance of them committing the same things over and over again with Wheel of Fortune. So there's a hope here that the lesson is finally integrated, like this hopefully doesn't happen again. All right. Let's see. For some of you, I do want to say that there may have been a feeling of being ashamed or embarrassed for losing your cool temperament. Like they pushed you to respond a certain type of way. Let's see. I feel like you were so close in walking away here or ending something, Cancer. But you're giving this another chance with Wheel of Fortune. Like this can be worked out, the Four of Wands. You're giving this another shot, okay? Somebody may have given you advice or you came to a realization to not do anything in extreme. And this could be just testing you, right? The Temperance is being tested. Testing one's patience, compassion, the ability to see both sides, okay? Because the true nature of scales is our ability to put ourselves in the other person's shoes and look at their motivations, like why they do what they do. I feel like this is the message for you. Like whenever you're feeling emotional and you're about the verge to do something, is about pausing and assessing and looking both sides, all right, before making any decision or judgment, is what I want to say, And as cliche as it sounds, to err is human, but to forgive is divine. And I feel like the Temperance, this is a very, divine card. It's something easier said than done, but this is about practicing more tolerance, moderation, balance, forgiveness, healing. So I feel like something is going to be repaired, but there's been a lesson that this person also learned as well. Do not push you to that limit, okay? They also need to practice moderation and be more self-aware, feel like. This changes may not happen overnight though, Cancer. Feel like this person is still like the Fool card, learning to find their way towards maturity. There's a lot still to be learned, okay? Let's see. What else does Cancer, why did I say Gemini? I feel like some of you are dealing with a Gemini. But what does Cancer need to know? We have here the Eight of Swords and the Daughter of Pentacles. So what did I say about children? Pages, okay? So I feel like they can really drive you to the point of wanting to, yes, I feel like sometimes when we're dealing with raising children, right, they can definitely test you to the core. And with Eight of Swords, I do want to say here this message of there is a way out. With Eight of Swords, there's a way out of this fear, of this stress that you could be experiencing. Talk to someone here, Cancer. Don't bottle your feelings and your emotions. Could be to find a way to healthier address things and communicate better. Not when we're emotional. Again, give it time and space. I feel like this person is willing to learn because Daughter of Pentacles is a student. They also want to make a difference. They want to show great respect towards you. This person is somebody, I feel like you know deep down they're very good-natured, good soul. There may just be a tendency to do something impulsively, okay? Could also be someone who tends towards doing something excessively, or for some of you, it could be a tendency to waste opportunities as well. Take this however resonate. But I also want to say here, Cancer, that everything that is happening for a reason. It could be an opportunity for you and this person to learn more about each other. Every people that we meet, they also offer an opportunity to learn more about ourselves, okay? Yes, I feel like with Ace of Pentacles, yes, this could be something within you and your person's control. Some things cannot be undone, but something is within your control. It's how you decide to move forward and face adversities that can have lifelong impact on your happiness here, Cancer. I do also want to say that if we take care of other people, we should not also neglect the most important person, which is ourselves as well. Because this usually happens when we're experiencing this kind of exhaustion or drained. We tend to neglect our own needs for nurturing, our own inner child. That could also be an indication that the inner child needs attention. All right? So take care of yourself, take care of your inner child. It's exhausting to take care of other people, all the responsibilities and obligations as well in our day-to-day life. So don't forget about nurturing yourself and taking care of yourself. Ace of Cups, it all starts with self-love. I also want to say that this is forgiveness, deepening of the bond. Both of you will survive this. I feel like a lesson. This person learned a very important lesson, okay? It's about being gentle with your feelings. Somebody is realizing they need to be more gentle, kinder to your feelings. So what is your advice for Cancer at this time? Any advice for Cancer at this time, please? There's two aces here. Very beautiful beginning. Like this person wants to start again from the beginning. They want to do things differently. We have growth, okay? So I was saying somebody needs a lot of growing up here, Cancer. They're young. Sometimes when we're young, we have this tendency to commit mistakes because through mistakes we can also learn. All right? We have growth card. I will be reading what this advice card is saying. It says here, you are constantly being presented with situations that enable you to develop your inner wisdom and assist you in advancing to higher levels of understanding. The lesson is to be aware of these events and recognize them for what they are. To live a mindful life is not only about respecting and honoring those around you, it is also about recognizing every person and circumstance on your path as a teacher. The constant chatter and diversions of life on earth can distract you from the signpost that Spirit has left on your path. Take the time to be aware of the bountiful wisdom that has been laid before you. Acknowledge these gifts and take them to heart as you continue your sojourn in this physical dimension. Don't look for the opportunities that you think you need. Instead, be receptive to the opportunities that are given. Wow. So the key word here is teacher. Like every person you meet and circumstance in your path is a teacher. And I did say it's like a teacher and child dynamic. Like there's divine teaching you something here as well. And ironically, we think as adults we're teaching children, but also through them we learn something about life, about ourselves, okay? Because we're ever expanding souls, we're growing, we're evolving. Is evolving on deeper levels of understanding as well. Empathy, tolerance, okay? Patience, compassion. That is something growing within us. It is a challenge in front of us, okay? And it's teaching us something. So this is what I'm picking up for your reading. It's quite different from our previous readings, Cancer. And I know this may not resonate for all, but I hope there's something here you're able to take away. Thank you for supporting the channel. I'm sending all love and light, and namaste.